For 12th standard CBSE Board, today I will discuss consumer equilibrium with the help of indifference curve. Indifference curve. For the explanation, student, as JRX RGDLN assume that consumer is rational. Consumer is rational. I am assuming that you know about complete thing about what are indifference curve, what are their characteristics, what is marginal rate of substitution x for y, what is the price line and budget line, but some extent I will discuss certain point which is necessary for the understanding of this topic. As you know, indifference curve show the psychological demand of a consumer, and it is the combination of two commodities, say commodity Y, commodity X, which can provide same level of satisfaction to the individual. There are the different combination of X and Y on indifference curve I, C, where consumer is getting equal satisfaction. At this point, everywhere, consumer is getting the same level of satisfaction. Means this is psychological needs where he is satisfying by changing or substituting one commodity in place of other, he is satisfied. Marginal rate of substitution x for y means what? If a consumer shifting from A to B, means he is increasing this additional quantity of delta x in place of reducing delta y quantity of commodity y. Or you can say marginal rate of substitution x for y is equal to delta y upon delta x. Similarly, you can derive the price line. Price line show the purchasing power of a consumer. If you know about the two commodity price and income which he like to spend on these two commodity, you can easily understand this price line. Suppose income which consumer decided to spend on two commodity, say 100 rupees, say price of X commodity 10, 20 rupees per unit, and say price of Y commodity 10 rupees per unit. You can mathematically derive if a consumer is spent total income in the purchase of Y commodity, quantity of Y is equal to income and price of Y. Income is 100 rupees and price of Y is 10 rupees per unit. It means he will purchase the 10 quantity of Y commodity. Suppose this is the 10 quantity of Y commodity. If he spend total money on the purchase of X, then the quantity of X purchased by the consumer will similarly derive income upon price of X is equal to 100 upon 20 rupees per unit. That is 5 units of the X commodity he can purchase. Now suppose this is the 5 units of X commodity. If he is purchasing both, the price line will be Y is equal to Px into Qx plus Py into Qy. If you derive this totally, then the demand of X is maximum and demand of Y is 0, then this value will be 0, or you can put and derive the value. Suppose Y is equal to Px into Qx. If this is the value 0, because quantity of Y is 0, multiply with Py, value will be 0. In this way, Y is equal to quantity of Y upon Px. This will be the equations, that is Y upon Px. Similarly, you can derive these equations. What is this? That is Y upon Py. And when you derive the slope of this price line, that is Y upon Py upon Y upon Px. Y upon Py upon Y upon Px. Just you cut y into px upon y into py, y cut by y, that is px upon py. Because this is negatively sloped, that is minus 1. In this way, slope of price line PL will be what? Minus px upon py. I assuming that you know, but I again derive so that you can understand the concept, what is the slope of this price line. Easy? If you have any query, you can ask me by give me message, I will explain. Now the consumer will be in equilibrium at that point where he is getting maximum satisfaction at a given price and income, which consumer like to spend on two commodity X and Y. Now the scene diagram, suppose this is the price line PL, suppose there are the three indifference curve, I see first, I see second, I see third. Consumer, suppose this is C point, this is E point, this is A point, this is B point. Now this is commodity X, commodity Y. You know, consumer like to maximize his satisfaction, and he will maximize his satisfaction at higher level of indifference curve. If you see at the C point, which is beyond the capacity of the consumer purchasing power because his price line is there, and indifference curve third is at a higher level where he is not reaching. In this way, consumer will not reach at the C point, but he can reach at the E point where the indifference curve IC second touch the price line at E point, PL at E point, where the consumer is getting maximum satisfaction. Point B and point A are at lower level of indifference curve, which is so the lower satisfaction. It means consumer will be in equilibrium at E point where the slope of the price line Px is equal to Py will be equal to the marginal rate of substitution x for y is equal to delta y upon delta x. In this way, this is the condition where the consumer is maximizing his satisfaction. Why derived? Because at these conditions, consumer will maximize his satisfaction. If you have any query, you can ask me about this point. Thank you, student, for today. I will again discuss tomorrow a new topic for you. And I also try to start for new session as in my previous batch, number of students got maximum marks in economics. You can also got that kinds of marks, 87%, 90%, 95, 98, 99 in this way. According to your capability, I will teach you all components of NCERT book for CBSE as well as other English book. Thank you, students.